Yo, Ted, what's good? We ended up blowing up the account, ran into 6K. Yeah, just nothing worked out at the end. Couldn't see anything, and the fair value gap inverse shit didn't work anymore. So going forward, we will be looking at the 5,000 tick charts. Each tick just means, where the buyer and seller decided to compromise and buy at that price, transact at that price, and so it eliminates volume, you know. Because at the end of the day, one contract traded and another contract traded, it's gonna be the same because it don't matter. It gotta match who the market orders are. So it eliminates time and volume, which is really nice because we can really find the actual levels. And the EMA seems like a pretty good, you know, location where they're at. So far, I've been looking at it this past 3 days, and we combine that with our trading view charts, which has the view up with the standard deviation, so it shows the potential of where and how big of a move, you know, can occur. So we combine that together and the system. Um, yeah, I mean, looking at the first chart, this is was yesterday. Market's been selling off, so it's been a crazy moment. So far, a model I've seen the past 2 days, I think it was like 10 examples minimum. Here at the end of the day, we close below the EMA and then retrace. So the entry would be it needs to break down after it had a upswing in this case, and we try to buy at or on or near the EMA. It just depends the ATR for that day. In current markets right now, getting on that EMA is super essential because you know within seconds you can get taken out because margin's been falling off, and so that ATR has gone higher. Well, let's say we do try to get close. It's like I think this was the last. I mean, yeah, easy 1,000 ticks right there. 250 points minimum, I'd say. In the case, your stop loss is there. We could also copy, pretty much just place the trailing stop with the EMA. I mean, literally, there was two times it did that. You know, again, we had an upswing, breaking the EMA, and then it collapsed, closes below the EMA, and it retraces back in the next, I don't know, following candle, I guess. It's open, but here it doesn't really matter. It's open. Yeah. So here, yeah, 1,000 ticks again. So yeah, 1248. An easy 1,000 tick trade, and then another 1,000 tick trade there. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. The only thing we can't trade with this is finding the bottoms of things. I mean, if we try to trade, let's say this, will we know? Can we figure that out or not? So it's a different issue. So yeah, that's gonna be a harder one to look at. But we can look at the standard deviation on the trading view charts to possibly identify bottoms or highs, and you know instead of just capitalizing once you guys move up the EMA, you can also capitalize the process beforehand. So it's like doubling the TP, the profits here as well. Really, just scalps. These are not gonna be long trades. We gotta look for like 200 ticks minimum, or at least move the stop loss to 200 ticks. Here, right? We broke the EMA after an upswing, couldn't hold it. Here, it bounced, which is another model, just a pullback trade. But that's gonna be a lot harder, not gonna lie, because in this case, if you did buy right here, we wouldn't buy. So you definitely gotta wait for the candle to close. So in this one, you definitely need to wait for the candle to close. But on a pullback trade, you gotta just risk it, I guess. Because here we would put a limit on this on the EMA, and if it does not hold, you probably will lose that trade, likely. But in the case of this type of model, you already have the confirmation, so you have less uncertainty to deal with, and you just trade that. But yeah, it's not always perfect as you can see, but that's the point of this sell model is you need that upswing prior. So it kind of like, breaks that upswing and it targets the beginning of the upswing in this case. Which is here, right? It broke the EMA. We retraced, into the EMA and it swung lower. So definitely in a downtrend type of day, it would be perfect. I'm not sure if this will be viable. Definitely the EMA will not be a viable on non-trendy days. Here, also how do we play the open as a question? See here, there's like what, less than 10 candles for Asia. So it just shows you like, Asia's not a very, participant filled. We have less than like 10 candles in Asia alone. So that's like 50,000 orders. And then compared to New York, there's, I don't know, but it's probably 5x the amount, 10x. But here, it couldn't break that. Easy trade, I guess. 1,000 tick trade right there. Play the rejection EMA. So this is the hard thing with the EMA is like you gotta wait for the confirmation, but in the case it doesn't come back to that level of the confirmation, you're gonna miss out on that trade. So it's like essential. But yeah, it ended up pulling back. And looking for that longs is gonna be hard, definitely. I haven't checked if the buy model is the same. Here, right? Let's see. See, here it broke it, but it couldn't hold. So looking for proper entry would be a lot harder because it definitely got taken out. You can't really use the newest days because they've been getting, demolished. I mean, here's several trades. Let's say we go along here. We can now 56, 999, an easy 1,000 tick trade. I don't know how you would trade it, but playing the EMA, just risking it. It's definitely a riskier trade. Here in this case, right? The sell model wouldn't work out. That's why looking at the trading view charts is really essential because if let's say in this case, that this trading view, it's not, touching the, two standard deviation yet, and there's still more upside. You definitely not want to play that. So you gotta, I guess, line it up, but it's like a if type of statement. Here, right? We broke it here, potentially play it there or here. It doesn't really matter. There's enough to deal with stop loss, and ended up coming down probably another 1,000 ticks. 981. It's still a lot, you know. But yeah, I really like it because it eliminates a bunch of things that I don't really want to see. You can definitely make us more patient, just even with the higher time frame, the 10, 15 minute candles. We still get so much candles in a day. So here we can avoid the non-actionable candles. Because if Asia was not tradable at all, it would be just a single thing. But yeah, using the NQ 5K ticks with the 25 EMA with the open step line, that's beautiful so far. But yeah, definitely need more things to see, and we gotta avoid trading. Also, we should avoid trading open, but I think it's possible we can trade the open. Here, again, right, we rejected it. Let's say we did reject it, right? Look at that. I mean, it's still a lot. 52 ticks. No, one sec, candle close. That candle close from, I think this is like a 430, 436, or 536. Fuck, I hate that. Why is it? I don't know. Here, I don't know if it's viable. Here we could have probably played that. But cut and taken out probably. 1,006. Here you could have played the open. Probably not enough though. That wick was way too large. So yeah, I mean, playing with that wick's scary, definitely. Here we could have played it. Would it be enough? 66, yeah. I mean, an 845 trade done by 1012, an hour and a half, 1,006. We have to decide still. It's a good idea. Is it enough? It is enough. Yeah, here would have been a fucking hard. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it's hard. I'm not lying. I'm getting actually not. I definitely gotta see what it does, how we trade it, how we respond, whether we get into a gamba mindset here, 1227, 500 ticks within like an hour. That's beautiful. This is, this is here, a couple trades. So, man, expectation of how much we want it. We could definitely do like it was an uptrend on this day, so play those longs and you know, target that higher low. That would be perfect. See here, it broke it. Let's stay short on that or no? That's the other question. There's a lot of questions that still need to be answered. We could be having so much hindsight bias right now, although, but you gotta wait and see. Mm, mm. But so far, I think it might be a good thing to trade this. On the downtrend, it's really powerful. Look at that here, pull back, just tap that. Yeah. 800 ticks, scalp a few more, maybe average in there. Shit. But also you can like see like levels more clear. March 27, it bounced, you know, 606 from 708, 40-minute trade. Nice, beautiful. Your style model, pull back, 336. Not bad. Here, closed it after an upswing. So now, another 406. So yeah, I don't know. I have to see. We have to see how it goes. I need to minimize the trades. Yeah, again, it's not the holy grail, but if we can utilize it with our system, you know, it'll be a beautiful thing. But trending days, EMA is much more powerful. Three different mountains. Yeah, all the previous higher, higher high. So give us expectations, like you broke it 666. The expectation is below here. I have to put a stop loss there. Oh, look at it. The higher low, the higher high became, you know, a buy level. So yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. Here, over here, look at that. We could definitely play the open, not gonna lie. But limit to one trade. Here, close that enough to work with. 1,000 ticks. No trades there. Here, maybe a little short. Maybe some longs. You probably would have played that shorts, but you ended up breaking some longs. 595. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got, guys. Here to open right there. But yeah, I'll check back with you guys on Sunday, see how it goes. I don't wanna end the stream before. Alright, bye bye.